We are in the front entry room of the YMCA building. The building was built in the late 1920s in the south side of Chattanooga, which historically was a thriving sort of industrial and business district that benefited from its proximity to the railroad station. This building, from what I understand, was a landing point for folks, young men and boys who were looking for a place to reside as they got acclimated to the city. The moment you walk in, you realize you've got something that is extremely unique. Everything is still pretty much intact.
It's one of the most incredible buildings in terms of structure, so it's still incredibly solid. You walk in it and it feels like probably what it felt like in 1929. We came down, met the broker, walked through the building, got in the car to drive back to Nashville, and he said, "What'd you think?" I said, "Ro, we've got to get it under contract." Ro said, "Edward, you realize that this is the project of a lifetime." And I said, "Man, I know, this is the one we've been looking for."
Historic buildings like this, I think, oftentimes get torn down because you cannot find a use that works.
It was called the Industrial YMCA in those days. 50s or 60s, this building was closed, abandoned completely.
The quality of the neighborhood, it was completely shot. People wouldn't even talk to their neighbors. They didn't know their neighbor's name. It was just a terrible thing.
I just had this incredible passion because I could see it going downhill. And I had an anchor here. I mean, I grew up here. I learned to swim here. I met friends and people that are still associates and friends. And I just said, by darn, I'm going to save that building.
He's been a very good owner and a very good protector of the property, just so it can make it to the next phase of what that adaptive reuse might be. Well, this one hasn't been brought back yet, but it's exciting to think what that's going to be. Love to think what that industrial Y is going to do for the city, for the district, for the neighborhood.
So Ro and I were in the car when we were driving back, and we called Matt King, who's the CEO of Walk2Campus and Walk2Town. And he said, "I've got it. I've got the perfect fit for this." He had recently joined Common House in Charlottesville.
Common House is a social club. It is where people come to meet and connect. It was amazing walking into this place the first time. The YMCA was a social club of its day. This particular one was built exactly for a lot of the same reasons that we've built Common House. And the physical space is an essential component of that.
The Common House would be a perfect fit. Not only you're preserving the building, but you're finding a good use for the building.
Walk2Town is about developing in a way that benefits the community. The biggest challenges are really making sure that we don't lose the character of the building.
You have a beautiful building to work with. You have finishes and things that you would never be able to replicate right now. With the cost of construction, there's just no way. The biggest challenge for us was trying to keep your mechanical, your electrical, your plumbing, everything out of this room. Most of it is just do as little as possible and try to just let the space be what it always was.
I can't wait to see Ruby Hall in all its glory. I can't wait for our first event to happen here. I think it's just going to be incredible.
To me, it's like a time capsule. So I spent 3 days in here pretty much by myself, just kind of walking around, envisioning what the architect done, because I didn't have the blueprints. I wanted to know what the builder did. I love old buildings, so I love the challenge.
Looks great.
Thank you.
You're really looking good.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a lot of history and experiences that are built into this place. Being able to preserve not only the building itself, but kind of those memories and experiences for the community is a pretty exciting thing to do.
A great place to create new relationships, new friendships, and I don't know, just work on old ones, bring new people here. It's literally so amazing.
I don't think the building is haunted, but I think the building has a soul. If you listen to what this building tells you, you'll know what to do with it.
When you preserve a building, you're standing on the shoulders of somebody. You're taking what somebody has done and expanding upon that.
How can you not love the building? I mean, it has stood the test of time. It served a fabulous purpose for the south side of Chattanooga and this area. People came in to better their lives, and this building helped them do it. And even when it fell into disrepair, it was still strong enough and sturdy enough to hang on. This building is back to its days of glory, and Chattanooga and the building are the beneficiaries.
It's a very unique building, very well built, but more importantly, the idea behind the Common House of having this place where people can come and be together from all parts of the city, that's the part that I really like.
It's really special to grow people's involvement in the community, their knowledge of the community, their knowledge of one another, and generally just to increase people's resolve to make their community a better place.
The community has embraced the building and carried it on with them, and now it's a part of the fabric of Chattanooga. And it really does feel like one of those things where you kind of, build something and set it free. It's become something else. It's become this community's